TJ Dysart continues our team coverage from downtown Milwaukee.
Charlie Kirk was a native of northern Illinois, and he made several visits to Wisconsin in recent years, TJ.
Known for his fiery debates with college students, including right here at some of Wisconsin's biggest universities. Tonight, students and politicians remembering Charlie for his willingness to always engage with the next generation. It was just 5 months ago Charlie Kirk was on the ground in Wisconsin, campaigning in Oconomowoc for Brad Schimmel in the high-stakes Supreme Court race. But the 31-year-old died Wednesday, killed as he spoke to a massive crowd. He made his presence known for years as a fireball conservative activist through his organization Turning Point USA, which he founded at the age of 18.
We are a country of immigrants. See,
no, we're not. No. We're a country of settlers, not of immigrants.
Okay.
That's a big distinction. Let me tell you the difference.
His videos debating with college students often garnered millions of views, like this one on the campus of UW-Madison last September.
The government is spending billions of dollars.
Yeah, I think factory farming has a lot of problems, more because of the health of the human that eats the meat.
He does like a big event where it's him in a tent type thing, and then just like the one at Utah, where there's just tons of people around and people come take turns to argue and debate with him.
Benjamin Rotho, chair of the College Republicans of UW-Madison, got the chance to debate Kirk last year.
And I was actually one of the people kind of arguing with him.
About what?
His support for Kari Lake for Senate. I was more skeptical of Kari Lake than he was.
Did you feel that he had that public discourse and wanting to hear people out and wanting to have healthy conversation about disagreements?
I think even though those who disagree with him, things like that, like we recognize the fundamental importance of him as a figure.
It's hard to describe how many people Charlie Kirk inspired across the country to get involved in politics.
Republican Congressman Brian Stile reflecting on Kirk's influence in Wisconsin and nationwide.
He would speak directly, in particular to students, as he was earlier today. And I think that's one of his strongest things, is actually going and speaking about the issues of the day, not being afraid to stand up for the values that he stands for. And I think that's one of the reasons he inspired so many people across the country.
Now, TJ, looking at the bigger picture here, Kirk's visit to UW-Madison wasn't the only time he spoke to Wisconsin college students.
Deanna, UW-Milwaukee tells me he and conservative activist Candace Owens visited the university back in 2022.
And TJ Dysart reporting there in Milwaukee, localizing this Now National story.